So I just want to address something. I was wrong about Project 2025. MAGA hates Project 2025, and I thought that Donald Trump actually cared about his base because in his first term, he seemed to be swayed by his base. He seemed to listen to his base.
Wait a second. Wait. MAGA hates Project 2025?
After claiming that Project 2025 wasn't going to happen, and people saying that Project 2025 would be the whole goal of Donald Trump 2.0, Ana Kasparian is now admitting that she was wrong. Emma Vigeland and Sam Seder of the Majority Report broke all this down. I have my opinions about this too. Let's get into this one together.
Credit's due. That's what this
segment's about.
This segment's about. As you know, we have been talking about Project 2025 for, I don't know, probably a year at this point. And it has been accelerated by the entry in whatever it was, June or July or August, of the crypto tech bros, Peter Thiel, Elon Musk, Andreessen et al., who also had a similarly aligned incentive structure to attack the federal government. Look, Steve Bannon said this in 2017 at CPAC, maybe in February of 2017. Our agenda is to destroy the administrative state. Republicans have always done that. You can go back to, what's that, Rick Perry Ding Dong. I'm going to get rid of 3 government agencies. And he couldn't remember which one it was, but it was so part of the Republican ideology. And at the end of the first Trump administration, Russell Vought, as OMB director, had essentially hatched this plot, which they weren't able to basically put into place, but to get rid of civil servants, career people working at agencies with political appointees. Schedule F was the categorization of these workers.
And then Biden rescinded that, and then Trump, I think, now has put it back in place, right, upon coming back into office.
Yes, and this has been out there.
Vought talked about traumatizing federal workers.
And he and Vought worked for an outfit. He was doing this in conjunction with the Heritage Society, but he was
Heritage Foundation.
Heritage Foundation.
His think tank was called the Center for Renewing America.
Center for Renewing America. That was basically the Trump administration in exile. All right. So here is a clip from the Vanguard about people who were in Project 2025 denial.
So if you just type in TYT Project 2025, beautifully, the first search result, Trump's plan is not Project 2025. Who could believe it? That's crazy. Let's take a quick look and see exactly what Anna had to say in this clip. Then we're going to take a look at one more.
So I totally believe this reporting. I think this is actually accurate reporting. And if reporters didn't just serve as stenographers for the Democratic Party, they would have maybe found out there's a different think tank that literally has the same slogan as Donald Trump, and they might have reported on that ahead of time instead, but they didn't. Go ahead,
and
Jake.
his top staffers were connected to it, including Kellyanne.
So this video is about how there's another plan that's, way less concerning than Project 2025. That, all these liberals in mainstream media and all these Democrats, they're freaking out and they want to fear monger about Project 2025. But
I'm not sure exactly what Ana Kasparian and Cenk Uygur would have thought the plan was when Donald Trump was surrounding himself with all of these Project 2025 people. The Project 2025 people were all around him in his campaign.
in reality, there's this other one that like Kellyanne Conway is behind or something, and it's way less scary. It's way less scary. Actually, if Trump gets into power, it might not even be that dramatic at all. It's probably just going to be like any other Republican administration, right?
Yeah, I remember we reacted to this at the same time. And to Cenk's credit, this was before he had gone so soft on MAGA. He's actually pushing back on her from what I remember in this clip.
No, he's not. No? This one, he's not. There were other ones where he did. In this one, no, he goes on to say, yep, this is the real plan. I think we can watch him say that right here.
Conway, et cetera. So these guys are definitely in charge. And one of the Trump staffers on his campaign team said they're not the transition team. but they kind of are. They said, he said, in effect, they are. They've got, because we didn't have time to plan it. And here's a hilarious part of the story before I get to the worst part of the story. They said Trump is superstitious, so he didn't want to talk about a transition team at all before he won, which then greatly delays them.
Either way, that's the main part of that one.
First off, I mean, I didn't know, we hadn't played that last part. Any 5 minutes worth of reporting beforehand knew that Russell Vought and the Heritage Foundation was literally building a dossier. I mean, we saw ads. They were literally like the Coalition Provisional Authority going into Iraq. We saw ads of them saying come in and apply. We need to check all your social media to make sure that you are a loyalist. We're putting you in a file. We'll contact you after. The idea that
in October, right? ProPublica released a video, and the quote was, "We want the bureaucrats to be traumatically affected. When they wake up in the morning, when we want them to not want to go to work because they are increasingly viewed as the villains. We want their funding to be shut down. We want to put them in trauma." So that, in conjunction with the fact that Vought had previously worked in the Trump administration, and that...
Now think about this for a second, what Emma Vigeland is saying here, how sick this creep Vought is, that he's talking about wanting to traumatize people who are just workers, just going to their work every day, just going and doing their normal job. Think about how sick that is. I can't imagine just thinking, oh, yeah, I want these people just working in an office building in my town to be traumatized. These are sick, sick people.
Project 2025 was authored by over 100 people who had previously worked in the Trump administration. Should probably give you an indication that they were very serious about implementing this. And then remember Matt Walsh, MAGA troll, after the election? We don't need to pull it up. People can find it. But he said, oh, here it is. Thank you, Bradley. Quick on the trigger here. Now that the election is over, I think we can finally say that, actually Project 2025 is the agenda.
Of course.
LOL. Because we know that that's how Republicans operate. They have no problem lying about things like this.
So some folks were shaming people, literally shaming people, saying you're dupes, you have Trump derangement syndrome for believing this, blah, blah, blah. I know some people after the election were like, I'm happy that Trump is coming in and going to stir things up, whatever.
Eek.
But the point of this is credit where credit's due. Granted, it's behind a paywall, but according to the Vanguard, people have admitted that they made a mistake.
All right, back on TYT. Cenk and Anna with you guys. More news.
So I just want to address something. I was wrong about Project 2025. MAGA hates Project 2025, and I thought that Donald Trump actually cared about his base because in his first term, he seemed to be swayed by his base. He seemed to listen to his base.
Wait a second. Wait. MAGA hates Project 2025?
Where's the evidence of that?
What is this MAGA that they speak of? What is this? Make America Great hates Project 2025? Every single person involved in Project 2025 are the most Make America Great people there are. What is this whole idea that that this is a betrayal of Donald Trump? This is what Donald Trump ran on. They were talking about destruction of the administrative state in 2017. Schedule F was released in 2020 as he went out the door.
Right.
He's walking around with RFK, who's saying we're going to get rid of all these agencies. We're going to get rid of the NIH. We're going to get rid of the CDC. We're going to get rid of all these agencies. They're walking around to all their people, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. I mean, all of it. Well, MAGA hates it. MAGA might not like Elon Musk because he's the least charismatic person in the world. But where is this evidence that MAGA hates what?
I thought we were giving credit.
No, I know. Well, I was giving credit for the but I didn't realize that part.
No, it's okay. I mean, I understand. I would say that downplaying the effects of Project 2025 prior to the election, as clearly they were engaging in, even as they were advertising themselves as a progressive network is deeply shameful because we now see the effects of Project 2025 in real time, which includes cutting off, as you said, your friend that works in cancer research, 40% cut to that kind of funding. And these are the kind of things that we're going to see all across the country.
MAGA may hate, like the rest of America, the implications of these cuts.
Yes.
But not if we pretend that this was like, who knew?
Right. They would hate they're going to hate the implications because it's going to cause pain. And that's why it's incumbent upon media organizations to tell people prior to the election that this is going to cause pain when they implement
like
it.
Literally.
Yeah.
The condescension that was leveled at people who were taking this seriously, as if it was some type of conspiracy theory.
Now, Sam Seder is right about the conspiracy theory aspect. That's all that I saw leading up to the election. Oh, if you believe this liberal hoax, Project 2025, that's never going to happen, blah, blah, blah. And now that it's being implemented, they might not actually use the phrase Project 2025, but they're completely on board with what's happening. Every MAGA person that I know, I'm talking about just voters, is ecstatic that they're making all these cuts. And, they're cutting USAID, which they didn't know about 5 minutes ago. But now they're super concerned about USAID and all these other cuts that they make. And I don't think personally that they're going to make the connection. They're going to blame liberals and Biden and Obama and whatever. Maybe some of the federal workers who directly lose their jobs under Trump and they really know what's happening. But I don't think the people that this federal job or this federal office in their town gets closed, and then 3 months later or 6 months later, their favorite restaurant goes under because there aren't enough people who have the money to eat there. I don't think they're going to make the connection. They're just going to say, well, Joe Biden screwed up the economy and that's what happened. But I do think this is an interesting thing that's happening here, that Ana Kasparian is now admitting that she was wrong. But did she really think that Project 2025 wasn't going to be a thing when Trump was surrounding himself with all of these Project 2025 people, and they're the people writing all of the plans for the administration, and they're the people writing the executive orders that he's just signing off on? If so, she was pretty gullible, I would have to say. But let me know what you think about what Sam Seder and Emma Vigeland had to say about all of this on the Majority Report. Make sure to give me a like and subscribe. This is Chris on Culture, and I will see you in the next video.